In the quiet, rolling hills of County Monaghan, Ireland, nestled among the dense trees and mist-laden fields, lies Castle Leslie, a place where the passage of time has carved deep, unsettling marks on both the land and the people. The castle, with its towering turrets and ivy-clad walls, is more than just an estate. It is a relic of a dark history that stretches back centuries, far beyond its 19th century construction. The Leslies, an ancient family with ties to the ruthless Attila the Hun, had settled in Ireland long before anyone could remember. The first Leslie was a Hungarian nobleman who had risen to power as Chamberlain and protector of Margaret, Queen of Scotland. From this humble beginning, the Leslies had expanded their influence across Europe. Their power only grew stronger when they took ownership of Castle Leslie in 1665, securing their place as one of Scotland's oldest and most distinguished families. But power comes with a price. The family's storied past is riddled with betrayal, bloodshed, and secrets, all of which seem to have lingered long after the flesh and blood of their ancestors had turned to dust. Even today, Castle Leslie remains in the hands of the Leslie family, though it has transformed from a family stronghold into a sprawling 1,000-acre estate, offering lodging and catering services to travelers. But the guests who arrive seeking peace and quiet in the countryside often leave with unsettling tales. Speaking of strange phenomena and ghostly sightings that defy rational explanation, Castle Leslie is home to more than just the family's legacy. It is also home to their spirits. The estate's eerie atmosphere is punctuated by the strange occurrences that have plagued it for generations. Bells ring on their own in the stillness of the night, their mournful tolls echoing through the empty corridors. Shadowy figures have been seen darting down hallways, disappearing before they can be fully identified. And sometimes, in the quietest moments, there's a sense that the very air is thick with the presence of something unseen, as though the castle itself breathes with a life of its own. Visitors report seeing gray, human-like shadows flitting about the walls, their forms moving as if they were not bound by the same laws of physics as the living. The most notable of these apparitions is a figure of a man dressed entirely in black, tall, imposing, and somehow distant, as if he were a figure from another time, caught between worlds. Some say it is the spirit of one of the Leslies, an ancestor who never quite left the castle after death. Others believe it is something darker, something born from the turbulent past of the estate. But the ghosts are not confined to the halls of Castle Leslie alone. The family's history stretches beyond the estate and spills into the surrounding grounds, where the family cemetery and ancient church stand as silent witnesses to the tragedies that have unfolded over the centuries. The grounds also hold a modern curiosity, a UFO landing pad, constructed by Desmond Leslie, the president of the Irish UFO Society and son of the late Sir John Leslie. Desmond, a man with a passion for the unexplained, believes that the spirits of the past and the strange phenomena surrounding the estate may be linked to something far greater than the paranormal. The Red Room is perhaps the most notorious in all of Castle Leslie. It is here that the restless spirit of Norman Leslie, the uncle who died abroad in 1914, is said to make his presence known. Norman's death had been sudden, a tragedy that casts a shadow over the Leslie family. But what truly haunts the Red Room is not just Norman's spirit. It is the way his ghost has returned to the very place he had once called home. His restless energy is said to seep into the walls, leaving behind a chilling, oppressive atmosphere that makes the room unbearable for any who enter it. The room, drenched in deep crimson, feels like a cage. Visitors who have stayed in the Red Room report feeling a heavy weight upon their chests, a sensation of being watched by unseen eyes. There are whispers in the dark corners, fleeting glimpses of movement out of the corner of one's eye, and a sense that something is always just behind them, lurking in the shadows. The air grows thick with sorrow, and no one dares stay for long. Least of all those who have seen Norman's apparition standing by the window, staring out into the night as if waiting for something to come. Yet, the most disturbing aspect of the Red Room is that Norman's ghost seems to have a particular affinity for those who dare to sleep within its walls. His presence is most strongly felt at night, when the moonlight casts long shadows over the furniture and the wind howls through the cracks in the windows. Some guests have reported waking in the middle of the night to find their blankets pulled from their bodies, or their bed inexplicably moved. In these moments, they swear they can hear the sound of footsteps, slow, deliberate, as if someone is pacing the room, watching over them. There's another ghost that has been making its presence known at Castle Leslie in recent years. A gray man, whose form is indistinct yet unmistakable. This apparition has been seen in the basement, a place that has long been used for storage and maintenance, yet is also the site of something far darker. The gray man is said to be an imposing figure, with a face that is never fully visible, his form always blurred, as though his very existence is a distortion in time and space. Samantha Leslie, the current owner of the castle, was one of the first to encounter the gray man. She had gone down to the basement to check on some of the estate supplies when she felt a sudden chill sweep over her. It wasn't the cold of the stone walls or the dampness that filled the air. It was something far more unsettling. She turned, and for a brief moment, she saw him, a shadowy figure, hovering just out of reach, his eyes locked on hers. He did not speak. He did not move, but she could feel his presence pressing in on her, suffocating her, as though he were an intruder in her very thoughts. Since that first encounter, Samantha has shared her experiences with visitors. Though the gray man is seen by few, those who do often speak of a powerful sense of dread that accompanies his appearances. He seems to be a part of the castle, bound to its very foundation, yet his true identity remains a mystery. The mauve bedroom of Castle Leslie is home to a particularly peculiar haunting. It is here that Lady Constance Leslie, who passed away in 1925, is said to continue her watch over the family. But Lady Constance's spirit does not just drift through the halls. She has a more direct way of making her presence felt. It is said that in the quiet, still hours of the night, the bed in the mauve bedroom will levitate off the ground, slowly rising as if it were being lifted by unseen hands. Guests who spend the night in the mauve bedroom report feeling as though they are not alone. The temperature drops unnaturally low, and a heavy presence fills the air. Some have witnessed the bed's strange movements. Others have heard the soft, mournful sighs that seem to come from nowhere. And still, some have felt the distinct sensation of being touched, as though Lady Constance herself were attempting to communicate. Her haunting is one of the most powerful in the castle, and it is said that when she is near, a sense of calm washes over the room, followed by a deep, inexplicable sadness. No one knows exactly why Lady Constance remains in the mauve bedroom, but her presence is undeniable. She has left her mark on the room, just as the rest of the Leslies have left their ghosts to roam the halls. But perhaps the most frequently witnessed manifestation in Castle Leslie is that of the monk. In the banquet hall, a large, open space where the Leslie family once hosted grand feasts, the presence of a monk can be felt like a storm waiting to break. The air grows thick with an unnatural heaviness, and a strange, disembodied sound fills the room. The clinking of chains, the shuffling of feet, and the faint whisper of prayers spoken in a language that is unfamiliar. Orbs of light appear, floating in the air like wisps of smoke, only to vanish before anyone can touch them. These lights are not like ordinary reflections of the glow of flashlights. They move on their own, shifting and dancing in the darkness, sometimes forming patterns that seem to have meaning. Some have even reported seeing the monk himself, a shadowy figure dressed in a habit, his face obscured by the hood. He moves through the room silently, never speaking, never stopping. The monk's presence is most strongly felt during the evening, when the banquet hall is empty and the castle seems to hold its breath. The air grows thick with a feeling of dread, and those who have encountered the monk say they feel as though they are intruding upon something sacred, something ancient. His ghost is one of the most persistent in Castle Leslie, and it is said that his spirit will never leave until his task is complete.